Hi everyone, I'm Jemako Brimstone. Welcome to the review of The Day Is My Enemy, the 6th studio record by the band The Prodigy. Today we're celebrating the 10th anniversary of the record, so I decided to go back and see if it still holds up or not. This video to me is very special because this is the last The Prodigy review on this channel, because we did review all of their other albums. I wonder when a new one is going to be released and if it's going to have any vocals by Keith before he sadly passed away. Anyways, when it comes to me and The Prodigy, the story is quite simple. Back when I was a small child, my siblings would listen to The Prodigy all the time. They had their first 3 records in the house, so I would listen to Experience a lot. That's my favorite The Prodigy record still to this day. You know, Experience is the best one because it has a very majestic and distinct atmosphere, one of a kind I would say. The Fat of the Land is very interesting, has some of their best songs, and music for the Digital Generation is like a banger through and through. So yeah, that's basically my opinion about their first records, and I remember listening to them a lot, like almost every day. Then a couple years later, they've released the 4th album, Always Outnumbered, Never Outgunned, something like that. I was still a kid back then, I was going to elementary school, but I did enjoy it, probably because one of the songs was in Need for Speed Most Wanted, and also other tracks like Spitfire and Medusa's Path were fun to listen to. As I grew older, I've noticed that that record did not have the spirit of The Prodigy in it. It's still great, don't get me wrong, but it's not the same. Then years later, Invaders Must Die came out, and that one is like a mix of a new style with some old school vibe here and there, but again, it was weaker to me than the previous record. And then finally in 2015, The Day Is My Enemy was released, which to me personally sounds like a sequel to Invaders Must Die in almost every way. Let's check the lineup here. It's the same as usual, so we've got Liam Howlett on the production, writing, keyboards. He's doing almost everything here. Keith Flynn on the vocals, Maxim also on the vocals, so that's The Prodigy. We're only missing one dude, the dancer, who left the band in 2000. What's interesting about The Day Is My Enemy is the fact that this record was written as a band, because usually all of the previous The Prodigy records were written just by Liam. He would write all of the music, all of the ideas, samples, and sometimes he would let Keith and Maxim do some vocals on the song, so that was their relationship. On this record it changed. Almost every song has vocals by either Maxim or Keith. It's more of a group effort, and that's quite interesting. It's probably why they were writing this record for almost 5 years, I think. You know, because tensions rise up when you have more than one person doing the music. The production is tight, it's clean but heavy, no clipping, just the way I like it. You can hear everything clearly without any problem. Yeah, it sounds crisp and raw at the same time. Message is diverse. These songs are mostly about dancing, partying, living your life to the fullest. Also some critique on one of the EDM genre, on the song Ibiza from what I remember. And that's basically it. Structure of the tracks is basic, you know, standard intro, verse, chorus, bridge, chorus, outro, or just the beat never changes. Sometimes there are more variations and segments, but not enough to call it a technical or progressive structure. When it comes to the music on this release, it falls under the electronic category. So yeah, big beat, techno, rave, drum and bass, whatever you call it, it's all here. It mixes the old school stuff from the 90s with more newer school, I would say. As you might already guess, I'm more into old school stuff, but I still do enjoy some new school vibes here and there. When it comes to the performance on this record, I would say, then Liam's songwriting is on point. He's doing some crazy stuff here. I do enjoy how many effects he's using. He does a lot of things using that old school hardware from the 90s, which is very interesting. Because of that, I feel that the record has more of a lively feeling to it, like it has more punch, and it means more. When it comes to the performance of the vocalists, both Keith and Maxim are giving us their best. I love their vocals. Keith is on point, same with Maxim. when it comes to samples and other vocals like the female ones, I'm not a big fan of that. And also I feel like the worst performance on this record comes from Sleaford Mads, because they're mostly just talking. It's like, you know, a conversation, and also it has censorship on top of that, so you can hear any swear words, and that's kinda annoying. It's why I prefer the instrumental version of Ibiza. Now let's rate the individual tracks. The album opens up with the title song, The Day Is My Enemy, which features Martina on the vocals. The day is my enemy, the night is my friend, something like that. I love this song. It brings back some of that old school vibe to it, while still sounding fresh and more new school. The beat, the vibe, just everything slaps here. But I wouldn't say that this is as good of an opener as Invaders Must Die, for example, or even Spitfire. It's great, don't get me wrong, but could have been better. 9 out of 10. Nasty. This one, I love the beat, especially the more evil sounding parts, you know, that have more of those 90s feelings to them. The vocals by Keith are mostly great, except that nasty part. It kinda annoys me, to be honest. It's like too repetitive, but everything else is on point. So yeah, it's a great song, nothing more, nothing less. 8 out of 10. Rebel Radio. This one has fantastic vocals. I love the vocals so much. The bridge section also slaps. The main melody is okay. I feel like this track is better than the previous one, and that's it. 8 plus out of 10. Ibiza, instrumental wise, this is straight up 9 out of 10. I love the energy, the passion, the aggression this one has, the drums, just everything, but the vocals ruin it. The vocals is like meh meh meh, and the censorship, like why? Just why? 7 out of 10. Destroy. This is my second favorite song on this record. It truly sounds like old school The Prodigy in some parts. It has those samples from their first record, I think. At least I've heard one of them here. Love the atmosphere, the vibe, the heaviness of this one, but also the nostalgia it brings with it. 10 out of 10. Wild Frontier. Oh no, Wild Frontier. No. This one again has a fantastic beat. I enjoy it. It's close to being perfect, but it's slightly repetitive, so 9 plus out of 10. Rockweiler. This one is quite funny. I do enjoy the beat a lot. It's more distinct, you know, from the other songs. Again, a lot of energy. The beat is quite fast. The vocals slap. But yeah, not my favorite one here. 8 plus out of 10. Beyond the Death Ray. This is a very beautiful instrumental piece. It brings you some calm before the storm, which is the next track. I do enjoy this one a lot because it's so different from everything else on this release. 9 out of 10. Rhythm Bomb features Flax Pavilion, whatever. So this is my least favorite song on the record because of the vocals. I hate samples like that. When a woman is singing but she's like pitch corrected to sound like a child from anime or some shit. Whenever anyone in music does that, I'm like, I'm out. I cannot stand it. But the music on the other hand is quite okay, you know. It's nothing perfect. Again, it's like a subpar track, like it's above average and that's it. 6 out of 10. Roadblocks. This one is my favorite one on the entire record. I love the vibe, the atmosphere, the changes, those more mellow parts. They're just so fun to listen to. But the heavier ones are great as well. So yeah, this is a perfect song. I wish the entire record would sound more like this track. 10 out of 10. Get Your Fight On and Medicine are quite interesting because Get Your Fight On is kinda like generic in some parts. Like even now I don't remember this song. It was like very similar to other tracks here. It's okay, it's heavy, it's straight to the point, and Medicine, on the other hand, quite unique sound, Middle Eastern vibes. I do enjoy the vocals, but I feel like yet again very repetitive and not as interesting, like it does not stay in your head. 8 out of 10 to both of these songs. Invisible Sun, This one has quite interesting beat, it's different from the previous ones. I enjoy the vocals invisible, but yet again, I wish this one was shorter. It's just great, nothing else. 8 out of 10. Wall of Death. This one has that one cool sample at the beginning. You know, that evil sound. It reminds you of their first records. Besides that, again, new school, the Prodigy. So yeah, it's heavy, straight to the point. It's a great ending to this record. But as you can hear from my voice, I am not that surprised or like wowed, astonished by the quality of this record. It's great, but nothing else. From the Prodigy I would expect more, but what I've got here I'm still quite happy. 9 out of 10. And now let's talk about the bonus tracks. The first one, Rise of the Eagles, is the 80s Matchbox Beeline Disaster cover, and I enjoyed this one quite a lot. The guitar riff, the bass sound, yeah, this is a fantastic cover. Not a perfect one, but it brings a different kind of energy. It kind of reminds me slightly of Fuel My Fire from The Fat of the Land. It should have been a part of this record. 8+ out of 10. AWOL Strike 1. This one was played live and then it was released on a special edition of this record. And well, again, I feel like it should have been on the record because it brings a different kind of vibe, very evil sounding, very heavy. The middle part of the song is my favorite moment. Yeah, why isn't this on the standard edition? I have no clue. If you haven't heard of this one, check it out. 8+ out of 10. And now we have two songs that they've played live. I'm not sure if the studio versions are actually the Prodigy or some fan has remade them. So I'm more reviewing the live versions here. Duck Bite. This one is not that great. I am happy that it was cut because it does not sound special. It sounds very generic. It's not great, not terrible, somewhere in the middle. More higher than lower, I would say. 6 out of 10. Jet Fighter is interesting because it has a System of a Down sample, which is quite surprising. It's probably why this song is not on the record. Maybe the sample was too expensive for the Prodigy or they didn't want to pay for it. I am not sure. I don't remember which label owns System of a Down music. Because labels usually are the problem, because the band probably would just like say, yeah, you use our IEIO without any problem. So I feel like that's the main reason why it's not here. I do enjoy this song. Again, it would have been one of the weaker ones if it was featured, but yeah, it's fun, it's okay, it's good. 7 out of 10. To sum it all up, the consistency is stable and the flow is fitting. Replayability, yeah, it's a great record. I enjoyed it from beginning to the end. It's of the same quality as Invaders Must Die, but that record had more of a powerful, outstanding songs like Wolves, Invaders Must Die. Yeah, this one does not have songs of that caliber, of that quality, but it has something that Invaders Must Die does not, which is it's more consistent. Like you can listen to The Day Is My Enemy from beginning to the end, and it's not like you're going to hate anything, like it's not going to happen. The only song that I feel that truly disappoints me is the Rhythm Bump one. Everything else is on point, but if it were up to me, I would shorten the track list because 14 songs and almost an hour of runtime, especially since the previous record was like around 40 to 50 minutes, depending on if you had the bonus tracks or not. I would like trim down this record to make it even more appealing and fun to listen to. So I would basically keep my favorite songs, which are Roadblocks, Beyond the Death Ray, White Frontier, Destroy, Rebel Radio, The Day Is My Enemy, Rockweiler, Wall of Death, Rise of the Eagles, and AWOL. Just 10 songs, you know, like on The Fat of the Land. I feel that the record would have been better that way. Now, time for a surprise. Let's talk quickly about a bonus CD with remixes that this record has. So yeah, The Day Is My Enemy has 4 remixes here. The Liam remix featuring Dope DOD is savage, it's great. I feel like it's better than the original song, 9+ out of 10. Caspar remix, not that great, just, you know, above average, 6- out of 10. Chris Avantgarde remix, this one on the other hand, is quite interesting. It has a different vibe from the original song. It deserves a listen. 8- out of 10. LH edit, so this is like the original song just with slightly different sounding beat underneath. Yeah, it's great. I have nothing else to add about this one. 9 out of 10. Now Nasty remixes. These ones are actually not that interesting. Like, Nasty in itself is just a great song. I wonder why the remixes did not elevate the track. Instead, they're very similar, like the Spore remix or Unwin remix, whatever. 8- out of 10 to Zinc and 1&1, to Zinc and Spore 1, sorry, and to 1&1. 7- out of 10. Rebel Radio has 2 remixes, Proxy one, which to me is average, I don't care for it at all, and Renee Laville Start a Riot remix, and this one is better than the actual song. Like, I love listening to this remix, so check it out. To the Proxy one, 5 out of 10, 9+ out of 10 to the Renee one. Wild Frontier has 4 remixes, all of them are not on the same level as the actual song. The closest one is the Killsonic remix, which is quite interesting. It doesn't change a lot, but it adds some more heavier flavor, I would say, so 9 out of 10. Wilkinson remix, not that interesting to be quite honest, 6- out of 10. Jesse and the Wolf remix, above Wilkinson's, but that's basically it. Doesn't change a lot, 7- out of 10. And finally, Shadow Child VIP remix. So this one has a different vibe, totally. It's a surprise, a welcome one. Check it out. 8 out of 10. Roadblocks has 2 remixes, the Jaguar Skills Ninja Terminator remix. I enjoy it, not as much as the original song, but I dig it. 9 out of 10. Rizzo remix, this one, well, it slightly falls down. It's just great. 8- out of 10. Medicine has a South Central remix. It sounds completely different from the original song. It's quite interesting to be honest, but to me it did not grab me at all. It's like above average, 6 out of 10. And finally the mashup, Shut 'Em Up, which is like a mashup of Stand Up and Shut 'Em Down from Public Enemy. Well, this is quite interesting because this was made by a fan on YouTube, but Liam liked the mashup so much that he contacted the YouTuber. Well, it was released officially, and I dig this one a lot. I truly like this. I like this more than the original The Prodigy song. Like, the vocals and the beat just coexist perfectly together. Love that. 9 out of 10. So that's all from me. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow me on my Instagram, links in the description. I'll see you in my other videos. Listen to Day Is My Enemy today to celebrate the anniversary. This record deserves it. If you want, consider joining my Patreon or maybe YouTube membership so I can make more videos like this one. Shout out to my beautiful patrons who gracefully sponsor these videos so I can survive and not starve to death. Thank you very much. I will see you in my other videos. Bye!